Our next honoree is Randy Burkett of Randy Burkett Lighting Design, and Randy will be introduced by Ann Rio.
Okay. I have the extreme pleasure of introducing Randy Burkett. He just stuck his tongue out at me. I don't know if you saw that. Randy began professional practice in 1978 and has been responsible for lighting numerous national and international projects. He has designed the lighting for a diverse collection of environments, including urban public space developments, building exteriors, signature bridges, convention centers, museums, retail malls, corporate offices, government facilities, healthcare facilities, and laboratories. Have we forgotten anything? What strikes me personally as I read the types of projects Randy has designed and knowing his body of lighting design work is that Randy has not just designed a couple of these projects. He's designed several, if not countless, of these types of projects. So it's just truly amazing to me. I get 3 minutes. I thought I only had 3 minutes.
You're good.
All right. I get 3 minutes to introduce Randy. I would need a lot more time to read a list of Randy Burkett's lighting design awards. I know I've seen many projects published in a variety of architecture and lighting magazines. His work is truly inspirational. Randy's contribution to the lighting industry is equally profound. Randy is an active member of the International Association of Lighting Designers, the IALD. He was also a board member and a past president. Randy is involved in the IESNA technical and design committees, including the quality of the visual environment, lighting for outdoor public spaces, and TM30 color metric task group. He has authored a wide variety of design and technical articles and is a frequent public speaker to professional organizations on a variety of lighting design subjects. He has served as an instructor for the University of Colorado in Boulder and Maryville University in St. Louis, and is currently a member of the adjunct faculty at Washington University's Graduate School of Architecture. I met Randy in 1989. He agreed to be my thesis advisor. My professor, Professor Robert Smith, set up the arrangement, and I recalled him telling me how lucky I was to have Randy agree to spend time with me. At that time, Randy had already established himself as a well-known, award-winning lighting designer. What I did not know was that he was just starting his own lighting design firm after leading the lighting design group at HOK for 10 years. It still blows my mind away that he took the time to assist me when he was so busy starting up his lighting design firm. One of my favorite memories of meeting Randy for the first time was when I was reviewing my thesis outline with him. He was very patient, very encouraging throughout, but at the end he asked why I had not included a section on bidirectional reflectance factors. I was a total deer in headlights. I'm thinking bidirectional, what? I quickly decided that I had to fess up and tell him that I had no idea what he was talking about. Turns out, a true understanding of bidirectional reflectance factors became particularly important to my career, as I sought to develop luminaires to graze building facades. So with that, it is my true honor to present Randy Burkett with his Lifetime Achievement Award.
Okay. Hi, everyone. It's great seeing you. Thank you, Ann. That was wonderful. Thank you. How long ago was that? 1989. It was in my early 20s. And I want to thank EdisonRepot for this honor. Oh, sorry. Okay. I just realized that this has not been read yet tonight. I just want to tell you this is from Webster's Dictionary. Lifetime, the duration of a thing's existence or usefulness. Where do you all fall on that scale? Well, I am honored to be here tonight. It's nice to see so many faces I recognize, and even those that I don't. I'm sure I'll get a chance to say hello.
Don't put your hand on that.
Okay, sorry. I'd be more disciplined with my hands. And this group up here, I don't have to say much more except I think I can call all of them, and even Paul, a friend. And I've known them throughout my career and really meaningful relationships. So, a lifetime. It seems like this is half-life, really, if you know what half-lives are. I'm ready to go a while yet, but that's okay. Most of you know I graduated from Penn State, architectural engineering. A little background story here. When I was trying to decide what to do with in college and university, I couldn't decide whether I wanted to go into architecture school or engineering school. I liked to sketch and do things and draw buildings and sorts. But I was a nerd too, right? An engineer. I said, well, wait a minute. And then I went to Penn State for a session to look at different colleges within the university, and I found architectural engineering. It was a great opportunity. I could continue to straddle the fence. I could be an artist in the morning and a nerd in the afternoon. So I signed on, and I started my architectural engineering career. And I found as I moved along that there was this diamond in the, well, I'm not sure it was in the rough at that point, but I found lighting, a lighting design, and finality, but at that time, lighting in general. And I realized that lighting was the same way. I wouldn't have to give up on my architecture career or my engineering career. I could be both. I also had the incredible luck to be there when John Flynn was teaching, and he was a mentor to me, and he had a very quiet way about him, but he just I was awestruck working with him, and I know that many of you in this room knew John. Unfortunately, he left us all way too early, but he has made an indelible mark on me. So when I left Penn State, well, there was one other opportunity. I was really sold on lighting, but I wasn't sure. Design, manufacturing, so forth. And I went to my senior year, I went to England to study at the University of Leeds. And I know, Chip, were you ever part of that program? Any other Penn Staters went to Leeds? Okay. Oh, Kevin, of course. Yes. I was part of the very first exchange program of the architectural engineering, and I spent a full semester there. And I learned more about lighting, but really was more about being in England with architecture and so forth. But I teamed with a couple of my classmates to do a project and a report on the Minster in York Minster. Many of you hopefully know this cathedral. And we were able to spend a full 24-hour cycle in the cathedral to witness the changes in light through stained glass and even in the darkness under candlelight. And we spent literally all night. We slept on the floor. And it was a wonderful experience. The next morning, we were starting to gather up things, and we were going to leave. And I went by one of the side chapels in the Minster, and I saw a woman there, a local Yorkshire woman I later found, who was lighting a candle to her husband, who had passed away that year. And I saw her crying, and I saw the light on her face that was coming from just 2 or 3 candles in front of her. And it just made me, I said, without that light, I wouldn't have even seen her, let alone understand what she was going through at that moment, or at least try to understand. And I was pretty convinced at that point I wanted to make lighting and lighting design part of my life. And not quite lifetime, I don't think. But in any case, I'm there now, and I've really enjoyed the last number of years. I certainly echo the sentiments of some of my colleagues here when they talk with joy about lighting and lighting design. And I really have enjoyed my career, and I'm going to be here, I think, a bit longer to do more of it. I did start my career with Holophane for a couple of years. Peter might remember that. And I worked out in Colorado, and that's where I met Nancy Clanton. Nancy Clanton. And Nancy and I have become fast friends over the years, and we share a lot of our work together. And I think she has the same zest for lighting that I do, and many of the rest of you do. And but I was itching to get into design, so I left Holophane after honing those technical skills a bit more, and went to HOK, as I think a couple of you mentioned earlier, Anne in her her introduction. And I joined their lighting design department led by a gentleman named David Munson. Some of you may remember or even know David, who's still in lighting, making light fixtures in pizza ovens, believe it or not, but really good ones. He makes portraiture lights for the, it's another story. I can buttonhole me sometime. He's a great guy. So I was there for about 10 years, became director of lighting design, but I was still itching to get out and work with other design philosophies and other architects and other people that I just hadn't been able to reach when I was at HOK, as wonderful as it was. So I struck out on my own, and that was almost 34 years ago. Oh my God, I can't believe I can even say that. So in any case, I've been around, maybe not for a full lifetime, but quite a bit. And I've really enjoyed my time there. And I think one day I was telling my wife about one of our projects, who, by the way, is in Las Vegas right now. She's with a girlfriend of hers. They're doing other things, not attending this. But I told her I was just going to go see something. But one time I came home and I was telling her about a project of ours and how it turned out. And she got this look on her face and stared at me. And what? I just wanted to, he said, you don't know how lucky you are at how much you love what you do. And I said, oh, you're absolutely right. And I hope a lot of you could say that, or at least come close to that. Yeah. I think that really the lasting part of being in a career here in lighting is the camaraderie. I think we're all professionals, but I've never met anyone I didn't like in this business. And hopefully we'll continue to be able to say that the rest of my career. I really enjoy being with a group of professionals who are so darn passionate about what they do. It's amazing. And sometimes it's hard to keep that up, but when we get together, boy, it's a run. So thank you again for this wonderful honor and recognition of half my life. And so we'll move on. Thank you.
You know, Randy, you said you love what you do. I want to know how many people in this room were born knowing they were going to love what they do, because I think everyone does, but not everybody gets the chance to figure it out. But everybody in this room really does, because lighting is something amazing, and it's what brings us all together. It's certainly what convinces us to stand for 2 hours and recognize some amazing people. On that note.